Okay, welcome to the first devlog for our game. Right now we are just working on the clock and the camera. So it's 34, 40 minutes we did. So I'm going to let this run. And then once this is run, I'll cut it in between and give it an explanation of what I'm doing. So I'll be back once it's run. So basically right now what I'm doing is just hooking up the time and that on the graph, so everything actually is hooked up on the little widget that we have to show time, speed up time, pause time, and then change the clock. So now this is actually in the UI for the game time that we actually made. So what we're doing right now is literally just giving everything a function, so it's all programmed, decoded what it's doing. So at the moment I'm doing the date, which is like month, year, day. That's what we're doing. Then after that we do the time, and then we hook up the buttons as well, and a time conversion. So I'm gonna let this run again. I'll be back once we got more to talk about. Right, so this section here literally just formats the time into text, so it can all be hooked up as text and shown through that text box that we made. Did everything. A lot of the stuff on here, you were like, I did this before recording this video. This is just a recording of what I do have, or what I did while I was recording anyway. So the tree is just hooking up the calendar. So I'm gonna let this keep running. Right here, this is me setting the month text, which is all the months through. We're doing this through a function instead of the actual blueprint. We're linking it all through a pure function. where it all just does all the months. And I did actually do a mistake. There's been two mistakes here. I missed out 1 month, and I also hooked it up wrong, which I do fix it. But I was meant to hook January up to 1, not 0. There's not meant to be 1 hooked up to 0. It's meant to be hooked up to 1. It's meant to have been 12 pins, not including 0. And that was how it was meant to be done. I did realise it about halfway through what I was missing. And then I did fix that mistake. So you'll see what I mean when it gets to it. That was me then noticing that I actually missed out a month. So now all that hooks up because I actually did miss out a month. And that was still hooked up wrong, which you'll see me fix that in a minute. I was hooked up wrong. I meant to add an extra pin and then change the hookup. That's a hookup. I've got to hook it all up to a return node so it all works. And then I can't remember where it is, I remember to change. So I'll plug that in, so that's now worked fine. Just the months isn't actually hooked up correctly. So we hooking up month. Now I'm hooking up with the year. The year is just pretty simple. Literally was just 2 tags. And then hook that straight up. Click into a function, that was set year text to pure function. And at some point I realised the month text was not actually set correctly. Once I go into my game state and call this function, or call the event. Yeah. And at some point I realised there's a problem with that script. I wrap it so I can change the size. Excuse me, no changing the screen size. No, everything now hits the graph. There you go, here's now I realise the month issue. I'll break all the nodes. And now go through and relink them all correctly. And all that wants to look calendar now, mine. Yeah, calendar works fine. Okay, this is just me testing if it actually changed. So this is just going to be a little bit, it's just going to run through the hours to get to 24 hours just to see if it changes to the 2nd of January. And here's the time, so now it's daytime. About 8 hours in. This isn't real time, by the way, this is like an in-game clock that I can change the speed on, which I sped it up to the max speed. So we're 10 hours in. It's now 11. But 12 hours in now. So halfway through the day. And you can see, not just yet is it actually hooked up to show the time on the graph yet, on our little box, because we haven't actually coded that in yet. This is just me coding in the year. As the darkness problem will be fixed. There will be a mechanic in the game that you should place down lights to light up your area, which you have to do to be able to see during the night. So I know 22 now. Now we're 23, and it's about to be a new day. 24, and now you can see it has changed to the 2nd of January. So now we know that works perfectly fine. What next is actually adding the time text. Just by the time. I'll let that run for a little bit more, and I'll catch back in once I've got stuff went. You see that? I accidentally hooked up the return value for set hour text wrong, so now I'm going to sit there and retype it. Just hook up to the right one. So there we go. Now it's now connected. Now we're doing minutes and seconds. So you just get minutes, hook that up, and that's to text, and that can just hook straight into the return value. Collapse that to another pure function, set minute text, pure. Now it's second or other. That's the last one we're going to work on. So use 12 o'clock condition, branch that. That'll be fine because that will turn into a function zone, so that can be hooked up. Select. Come into function and we'll let that into as a pure function. Set seconds and special text, pure to there, and then open it up so we can actually start using it. And we've got a local variable, seconds text local. That is going to be text, which is going to be hooked into true, and then we can hook that into that. And if it's true, PM, if it's false, it's AM. And then false, it's just going to be get second to text, grouping of 2, and plug straight into that. Then return node, plug them both in, and then grab that and plug that in. Yeah, that is now connected. And you can see it shows. Connect to function, set date, function, set time. Oh, there you go, set calendar and set clock. Time conversion, flip flop, convert 12 o'clock. Okay, it changed, but we still have to insert a semicolon down. When we fix that, it's actually pretty simple. And you'll see that in 2 seconds. Pretty simple how we change that. Now you can see it does it perfectly fine without an issue at all. So that's now that set up. New custom event, check button. Now I'm going to let you handle this, and I'll talk you through it once we actually have something to talk about. Okay, so this actually, I do know what this is actually. This is for the button. I was setting up the button's speeding up the game pretty much. Speed up, decrease the game speed. That's what we're working on right now. Sorry for the spelling mistakes as well, guys. I don't know if I actually fixed that one. Probably still not fixed at the moment, but sorry for the spelling mistake on that one. You're just gonna let this whole thing run. It's gonna be like literally just gonna do increase, decrease, and pause. So I'll just let this entire thing run for you, and then you can just watch how it works. Now what we're doing is we are connecting the game bar to show how much speed the game's on. So doing right now to showing game speed. So I'll let that run again. And then pretty good. Okay, this is just a simple error that I had to fix because it kept changing to a blue pin when it has to stay a green pin because it's plugging into a green pin. That's why that error happened. Which we fixed it just by redoing the divide to keep it as a green pin. Just make sure if an error like that, make sure the bottom pin on the divide is always green if it's plugging into a green pin. The compartment we just removed was the print string, which is what showed, which you can see the blue the blue text on the left where it was saying the date, time, and the year and all that. That's what the print string was, what we just deleted. That will no longer show. It will only show now in the clock and the calendar that we have in the UI in the top right. Now, as you can see, the bar actually works. When the game's paused, max speed, what speed, the game works perfectly fine now. And what the speed is. So it's good to know that the entire game actually works. And the UI is going to have the look changed, but the functionality is all there. So the progress bar works, the buttons work, the time works, the date works. So we all know that actually does work perfectly fine. It's good to know. Now there we go, it is changing to daytime again. And then we can pause the time and the progress bar is then completely empty. Okay, so that is the end of that video. So on the next video, it should be doing the building placement, showing you how I did the building placement and all that. So after being said, I will see you all in the next devlog.